And we continue to chase after that Abyss Herald. So now we know that, well, I think the Great Thief from Fontaine was trapped, well, lied to and killed, or per se assassinated by said Abyss Herald. And, it seems to recognize us. I wonder why. Also, by the way, we're gonna have a lot of Rune Guard battles, or just any Rune Monsters battles in the future. And why the hell would you notice me? That's it, time to die. That's it. I gave you guys time to live, but now it's time for you to all die. Come here! Oh my god, I'm dying. No, the Rune Guard hasn't activated. Okay, good. I know that we're gonna be fighting against Rune Guards a lot, and you know me and how much I despise the Rune Guards. I'll try to not be as toxic because the story is so cool and I don't want the gameplay to ruin it for me. But, yeah.
Those Abyss Mages just now, were they trying to ambush us?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value.
Oh, is that so? The Traveler here seems to like doing that a lot too. Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits, you know, that kind of stuff.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because Abyss Mages often come out from that ruin to explore. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the Abyss, but I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the entire Abyss Order. One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation. Or rather, these Abyss Mages likely fear something else, much more than they do a painful interrogation.
Paimon is getting goosebumps thinking about all of this.
All right, we shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
I thought we fight the Ruin Guard. Okay, I guess I was was remembering things wrong. So it appears that they're looking for something about the Ruin Guards. I'm not gonna try to hint towards too much. I'm only gonna hint towards things. I'm not gonna outright say, oh, guess what? This major plot point happens. I'm not gonna be like that. I know I mentioned that there are Ruin Guard fights, but that's only because it's Ruin Guard fights seem to be pretty obvious, knowing that they're looking for Ruin Guard stuff, right? I mean, we saw Abyss Mages nearby a Ruin Guard for. Let's just forget I ever said that and just continue on with the story. We have a Hydra and a Bit and a Hydra and Cryo Abyss Mage and a Ruin Hunter here. You know what's worse than a Ruin Guard? It's a freaking Ruin Hunter, alright? I hate those things with a burning passion and just hate Ruin Hunters. I want to take care of these guys as fast as possible. I should have made healing food. Why have I not made healing food? Why was I negligent? Why was I lazy? Why would I do this? Why have I done this to myself? I'm a fool. Well, I am a fool. This hurts. This hurts. Leave me alone. I said leave me alone. Oh, come on. I told you. These things are super annoying to fight. Bro, dude.
the show begin.
Okay. I'm tired of this. Do I literally have nothing else to do? Why am I not prepared for this? I got too excited.
With the wind.
The best magic's down. And my Changling is still dead. Dude! Oh my god, dude, he's in rocket mode. Yeah, this is one of the dumbest attacks right here. Cause you don't get time to retaliate. Like, look at this. You see what I mean by how dumb the rune hurt this guy in the being?
Maybe.
Look at this.
I wasn't meant for this.
Like, how are you supposed to dodge that? Alright, this is a loss. This is a loss. I can't do anything.
I feel a little...
I'm really annoyed. That's not even beware of enemies. That's just complete nonsense of a rune hunter. If you cannot tell, I just hate rune hunters. I think they're by none one of the worst enemies to even fight. Because the only way to hit them is through range. They have too much long range attacks, especially that rocket attack, and almost impossible to counter. Because Genshin doesn't have iframes. Why they don't have iframes? I still don't know why. I know that sounds like I'm salty, and I kind of am. Because I hate rune things I hate the rune enemies with burning passion. But I'm not gonna try to let it get to me. I'll try to. I'm probably not gonna cut this stuff up, at least because there's a few more things I wanna quickly talk about as we're walking towards the Rune Hunter. Also, why stamina decrease so fast? Like, the only other reason why I could not take them down is because the stamina decreased so fast while sprinting. Stamina fluids help, yes, but not by much. Like, you're gonna be running 90% of the time to dodge, and dodging takes up such a big stamina meter. It's almost to the point of ridiculousness. Back to what I was gonna say. Come on, game. Come on. That was not even a slope. So he mentions. As we continue to search for the Abyss Herald, and we see Rune Hunter, we see Rune Guards, we see Abyss Mages looking at runes of Rune enemies. The trailers, the teaser for the new Archon Quest stated, we'll be learning the background of the Abyss.
Out of the frying pan.
Like, look how fast that guy attacks. That guy's range is ridiculous. You cannot tell me I'm supposed to counter that. What is that range? Honestly. Look at that. I was nowhere near it and it does max damage. Does this game not know hitbox? Does this game not know hitboxes? Because I don't think this game understands the meaning of the term hitbox.
Disappear.
Okay, hurt that guy a lot. Bro, he cancels me. Ruin Guard cancels too. Okay, I'm just gonna take this guy. There we go. There goes the Ruin Guard, and despite decent mode. What? That does way too much damage. No, game. That does way too much damage for freaking Abyss Mage. No, I'm not down for that. That was just dumb. Anyway, continue on. It seems that there's something from the rune monsters that the Abyss is looking for,
Let's dance.
I guess. Well, I guess we'll know more.
Wow. Besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guards sure are active around here. Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of Ruin Guards roaming around too. Is that just a coincidence? Or...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago. Just like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout. Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental. Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots below.
branches? Roots? What do you mean exactly?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago. Khaenri'ah.
Huh? Khaenri'ah? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation? Oh. Speaking of Khaenri'ah, that's really a super ancient name. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Khaenri'ah was... Huh? You have memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago.
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But, if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh? Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Teyvat?
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you did, because she woke up first.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I right?
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister? Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you. Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented flourishing and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Khaenri'ah. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
Well now. That was just a giant dump of information and knowledge that I did not expect. Okay, well, I felt like that was gonna happen sooner or later. Anyways, I need to quickly heal again because I just got annihilated by that fight. It's called I Hate Abyss Mages. And it's also I realized because I defeated the Hydro Abyss Mage on my first attempt, only the Cryo Abyss Mage existed during that time. Good. But anyways, after going through that annoying fight, it seems now we know a lot more about Khaenri'ah. And I know that I mentioned the name Khaenri'ah as Khaenri'ah in the Dane Stuff quest. Mispronunciation, I'll take full responsibility for it. And from now on, I'm gonna be referring to it as Khaenri'ah. So it seems that the traveler has some sort of memory about Khaenri'ah, especially also like some sort of memories with alongside his sister about Khaenri'ah. And we can only assume that was the reason why he chose to leave Teyvat. Now, you guys never saw this, but the opening cutscene showed 2 stars flying around the world of Teyvat. It mainly showed scenes of Liyue and Mondstadt until they were stopped by an unknown god. Now, that was the scene that shows. That's the scenes supposed to show Aether and Lumine leaving that place for some unexplained reason. Now we know why, kind of. That was the beginning of this game that I cannot record, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure you can go look at the past cutscenes of Genshin Impact. I'm positive there are different cutscenes.
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Khaenri'ah. So, did Khaenri'ah have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers by the people of Khaenri'ah.
Field Tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The people of Khaenri'ah like to give code names to their weapons. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the Field Tiller came about.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Khaenri'ah, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat. Perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time, they found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
Well, that sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Gladly. Another Ruin Guard fight. This one is just a normal one and not stupid Ruin Hunter. Good riddance. Alright. I'll just keep you alive for a second until you try to regen your shield. No more. I'm not. Can I change?
Ready, steady, go!
More good.
Wind blade.
Also, as we fight this Ruin Guard, oh god. Okay, first up, I don't like there's one mechanic of Genshin that I've been meaning to just explain that I don't like, and that's the aiming of these characters. The main reason, and this is the main reason why I don't like Archer fighting styles. It has a set location that's randomized and it's always like still somewhat closest, but can end up being buggy and really screw up player strategy.
Sister.
Instead of having a proper aim, instead of having a proper, like per se, like how would I call this? Like a set enemy that will target, it does a random generation target and randomly generates it every single turn. And when it comes to every single hit, when it comes to combos, that's throughout the target. That's throughout the combo. I mean, you can waste up and especially on time attack missions, you can waste several minutes or like several seconds to minutes hitting the wrong person with no damage because the game doesn't register the change. It's really dumb, in my opinion, and by far one of my least favorite aspects of Genshin Impact. What I hope they can do in the future, fix the targeting system and stop randomizing it. Maybe it'll be less buggy. Because that's the best way to describe this game right now. Buggy. It's a damn shame too, because Genshin Impact is such a fun game with story lore and everything. MiHoYo doesn't know how to fix mechanics. I'm not gonna make a full-on video about just me blaming on MiHoYo because it's just based on game mechanics. But I'm still gonna just talk about throughout the entire Let's Play about few mechanics I hope they could change. Or things I could hope they fix. That's the one thing that this game needs fixing. Because it's one buggy mess, and I'm not down to play a game that's a buggy mess for a good like year or two. I'm not down for that. Being that serious right here. Brutal honesty, but it's the truth. Let's talk the thing stuff.
Huh? This abyss mage dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Khaenri'ah?
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operation. They, the Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile? Uh,
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osile's body.
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osile's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation? Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.